Greetings, welcome to Rune Indigo. Today we're doing another pick a card reading. Today's topic is, what do you need to know about that situation? So I'd like you to take a moment to think about some situation in your life that you're concerned about, and then take a look at these cards and see which pile resonates with you or draws you in. We have group 1, group 2, and group 3. So just take a minute. All right, now that you know which pile you want to have a reading with, we'll go ahead and begin. Just keep in mind that if for some reason when you're listening to the reading it doesn't seem to really connect, you are certainly welcome to go look at one of the other groups. You know, you might take a little bit from each one. All right, group 1. So group 1, you pick the pile that has the rune Laguz, and Laguz is a symbol for water, and so can also talk about our emotions. It might be time for you to pay attention to your dreams, and it might even be a time for you to kind of connect with your intuition. Have that working for you and for the matter at hand. All right, your first card is the South Node card from the Moonology deck, and it says, don't let your past hold you back. So the energy with this card talks about how you might be kind of stuck. You might even be in a rut, so to speak, where you just haven't been quite moving along as you've wanted to, or maybe at the pace you wanted to. So this card is encouraging you to move forward. Whatever has happened in the past, it's time to let that be and to move forward. Don't get bogged down in the past. And that might mean that there are persons, places, or things that you might have to either end a relationship with them, or maybe redefine, revitalize, change it in some way. But you're headed forward. You're encouraged to keep going and just not to let the past hold you back. All right, your second card is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, she's a mature person, if it's a person. She also, she defends, she protects what matters to her. And she does that primarily through logic and intellect and planning and thinking and strategy and that sort of thing. So drawing this card might suggest that it's really time for you to connect with your logic and your planning and your strategy, both short-term and long-term, so that you can protect the things that you care, people and places that you care about. Sometimes the Queen of Swords can speak to somebody who is newly single or maybe newly widowed, somebody that is going forward in life in a solitary way. But you don't have to worry too much because she's really quite skilled at taking care of business. All right, your next card is the Full Moon in Pisces. Balance your spirituality and with practicality. Balance those two. So the energy with this moon is all dreamy and romantic, and isn't that a wonderful feeling? But this card is encouraging you to take your head out of the clouds and make sure your feet are actually on the ground, and that you are taking some practical steps toward achieving your goals in this situation. So that is that. The next card is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords. It kind of bothers me that I love this deck, but it doesn't have the same pictures that the Rider-Waite has. So it's going to take me a minute to remember. Oh, yes, I remember. The Nine of Swords in the Rider-Waite deck normally pictures a woman who is sitting in her bed and these swords are all on the wall, which I think anyone would have a hard time sleeping with all those swords on the wall. But anyway, it's usually a symbol for anxiety or worry, sometimes even unfounded anxiety and worry, because Swords are, like I said, usually about mental things. So it could be that your worries are mainly in your head and not either not really present in your real life, waking life, or it could just be they're not quite as bad as you think they are. So whatever it is that you've been worrying you, this card is saying, just stop that and to be here now kind of thing. I trust the present moment. So, be in the moment. Let go of the past, be in the moment. It's kind of remarkable about how much our past experiences can influence the way we think about things, right? All right, and this card, the last card, is from the Devine Beloved deck. I love the artwork in this deck. And it says that you need to be centered and hold your center. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who holds my center in all situations, no matter how challenging. Fill me with serenity and calm, and wrap me in your faith. So altogether, it looks like, there have been some issues. I think most of your issues regarding this particular situation that you thought about and asked about, most of the difficult issues seem to be in the past, but you are being encouraged to hold your ground, peacefully hold your ground. Use your strategy, use your intellect. Make sure that if you've been just really more fantasizing or thinking about things, it's time to put your feet on the ground. Put some boots on the ground and actually bring some of your goals to fruition in a practical way. So balance your spiritual with the practical. And I guess that's about it for you, Group 1. Once again, your rune for the day was Laguz, which is all about water, and also refers to our emotions and psychic possible abilities, and an encouragement to pay attention to your dreams. All right, thanks for joining me, Group 1. You're welcome to stay for the next one if you want. All right, Group 2. You chose Suelo, a symbol for the sun, the brightness of the sun that is forever turning and moving. Often a rune of success. So you're off to a good start, Group 2. All right, so your first card is the full moon in Aquarius, and it says show your true self. So it seems like whether this is in work life or in your partnership or with family or friends, or you haven't really been showing your whole self, that you're holding back in some way. Maybe you're not sharing your gifts with the world. Maybe you set aside some gifts in order to take care of work or take care of responsibilities at home. But now the world is encouraging you to embrace your gifts and to show the world some of your gifts, because you benefit by being, through self-actualization, and the world benefits from being able to enjoy your gifts. So it's time to show the world some of your gifts, some of your abilities. And your next card is the Queen of Cups. So queens, of course, are mature. Cups are about our emotions. And this queen, if she were to have a catchphrase, it would be that she follows her knowing and she listens to her heart. So she's more concerned with matters of the heart. When she has to make a decision, she's going to do that from a place of love. So drawing this card seems to me that whatever topic you brought up, that your decisions need to be made from a place of love and gentleness. Bring some love and gentleness into the situation. Your next card is the North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so maybe you've always done things a certain way. Maybe at work, you've shied away from certain projects because you weren't sure if you were really ready for that. Well, this card is telling you that you are ready. You're ready to take the next step, the next leap. In the matter that you asked about, you are ready for the next step. And maybe it might be a little bit at the edge of your skill set. Maybe you're pushing yourself a little bit, but that's how we grow. That's how we transform. And you're being asked to do that, to step out of your comfort zone. But when you do step out of your comfort zone, you don't have to be reckless about it, right? Don't go from, not walking, don't go from being a person who doesn't really like to go hiking to bungee jumping, some moderation might be good. All right. Your next card is the Three of Wands. So wands are all about action and passion and achievements and sometimes work. Threes are about expansion. It's more than one. It's more than two. You're expanding, you're growing. So this card says, I have the energy I need to realize my goals. So if you have some new project that is on deck, you are certainly being encouraged to follow that project. To go through with it. You're getting a lot of yeses here. You're getting a lot of encouragement to take the leap, and this card seems to be saying that you're going to have the energy you need to reach that goal. If you're referring to a love relationship, it seems that you're also, you're going to have the energy for that. I know sometimes it's hard to balance all of life's roles that we have, but it seems to be saying that you can do more right now, and so now it's time to embrace that, to show the world who you are. All right, and your next card is Balance. My needs will be met. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who can fully offer my schedule to you so my life can be in balance. Let me take rest whenever necessary, trusting that one way or another all needs will be met. So it is kind of funny. The cards are encouraging you to do multiple things, but yeah, it all makes sense. You're being encouraged to, show the world your true self, step out of your comfort zone, maybe say yes to some things, but at the same time, while you're saying yes to things, say yes to your own needs. Your own needs need to be met. Maybe in the past you've been in a relationship, whether that is a relationship with your work or with a partner, where your needs weren't being met. And so it looks like it's time for you to say, hey, this is what I need. I'm happy to show up. I'm happy to do the work, but I need a break sometimes, or, I need that vacation time, or maybe I need that sick time, whatever it is. You need to express what some of your needs are. Okay, so that is what I have for you today, Group 2. And once again, your rune is the rune Suelo, which is a symbol for the sun. And I'll give you a little extra on that. Goals achieved, honor, life force, health, victory, and sword of flame. All right. Thank you, Group 2. Okay, Group 3, it is your turn, but I'm going to have to just reach back and get my coffee because I left it way back here. Pardon me. Okay, I got it. Thanks for your patience. Okay, Group 3. Oh no, that's not Group 3. That's Group 1. Sorry, pardon me. This is Group 3. Group 3. Let's try that again. You chose Thurzaz. And Thurzaz is the hammer of Thor. It is also thought to be could be a thorn on a rose. And basically, it usually talks about defense. If this was a football game, the crowd would be shouting, defense, defense. So some area of your life needs some defense. All right. These are not in the order that I picked them in. I'm so sorry. I like to read them in order, so give me a moment. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, dear me. Otherwise, I'm not sure if I get the right message across. Okay. I figured they'd come out the way they're supposed to come out, right? So I should try to stick with the program. All right. So your very first card is the supermoon. Emotions are running high. Okay, so whatever you asked about might be a little bit of a thorny situation, and emotions might be running high right now. However, if when you thought about this situation that you were asked to think about, that you wanted insight into, if you had a question with that issue or that situation, like a yes or no question, this moon would be saying yes. I don't know if that's helpful, but that's what it's saying. It's a big resounding yes, because this full moons in general are all about results realized, a kind of cycle of completion. So it is a big yes. And it's also saying that everything is larger than life right now. If you're searching for something, it might literally be right in front of you. Just keep in mind that as you're dealing with whatever the situation you asked about, emotions might be running high, so you might have to tone things down a few steps in order to accomplish your goals, and to not accidentally or intentionally create conflict. All right. Your next card is the Queen of Wands. So queens are very mature people. Wands are about action and passion. The Queen of Wands is also super creative, also really social, a social butterfly even, might be good at planning things, getting people together, so you might want to bring that energy into your life, being the social planner, embracing your artistic side. Okay. Next card is the new moon in Aries. So this energy is kind of a male energy and also very fiery energy. It's time to take action is what this card is saying to you right now. This card could also say that there is some new male energy entering the scene. So you do want to be careful. I don't know everybody's particulars. So if you're a man and there's new male energy entering the picture, you don't want to be butting heads with that person, right? So keep that in mind. Remember that emotions are running high right now. So while you've got a lot of really positive things talking about achievement and action and progress and success, you want to also make sure you're not stepping on any toes or hooves or whatever, while you're making your forward progress. You want to do so, I can't think of the right word, but you want to have a method to your progress. You want to take the steps. You don't want to just rush ahead and butt heads with people because, nobody likes somebody that's a bully or that's too arrogant or that is so focused on what they want that they don't care about anybody else. That's, that doesn't go over very well. So, in the long run, you're going to do better off if you take smaller steps to get where you're going. Even if you have all of the tools to get there, even if you have the ability, the support, it might be better for you to say, hey, maybe I'm going to reach that goal in a year, maybe I'm going to reach that goal in 6 months, or maybe I'm going to reach that goal in 3 months, whatever, but take your time getting there. You don't have to rush. All right, the next card is the Seven of Cups. And cups tend to be about our emotions. This particular card, if you look at the Rider-Waite deck, it has 7 cups, and they're all each full of mystical, magical, fantastical things like a dragon or jewels, and they're all each more interesting than the next. And so sometimes this pops up when life is presenting a lot of options, maybe too many options, so many options that it can be a bit confusing. And so we kind of get stuck in the daydream fantasy part and, aren't getting enough forward movement because we're spending more of our time thinking about the what ifs than actually bringing just one of these cups forward and into fruition. So I guess this card says that, trust yourself to see the truth, to see past any illusion, so that you can make a good, solid choice, one that is going to lead you to truth and not fantasy. All right, and the last card is offering. I am peaceful. Let me, Divine Beloved, offer all desires to you, knowing the right outcomes are already selected. Grant me true surrender and peace. Let me be a vehicle for your will in every way. So this deck, the Divine Beloved, it follows, kind of a Buddhist tradition, but I just happen to think that the cards offer a lot of inspiration, a lot of encouragement, and so I like to use them as kind of a parting thought. I don't expect anyone to run off and, make that their religion or anything. Okay, so all together, it looks like whatever situation you asked about, there are some really positive, dynamic things going on that probably are leaning towards your favor. If it's in regards to work, it might be even leaning towards some exciting new project, some kind of advancement or, encouragement that involves maybe other people as well. That you do have to be a little bit mindful of your energy, that you're not so forceful, with your excited, fiery energy that you bowl over people. You do want to be a little mindful of that. Take your time to get where you're going. And, be a little bit mindful of other people and their motivations. Also, don't get misled by your own illusions or your own fantasies. And make sure you give thanks for what you have achieved and what you hope to achieve. And that's pretty much it. Of course, the rune of the day, once again, was Thurisaz, which does talk a little bit about defense. And I'm just going to read that to you as well. So sometimes this rune can refer to male sexuality. So maybe that's part of what you asked about. It can also talk about, your will, directed force, change, cleansing. And like I said, it is Thor's hammer or the thorn of a rose. At least that's how I think of it, thorn of a rose. So, with power comes responsibility. So if you are given new responsibilities, new leadership maybe, or maybe you're in a new relationship, I don't know. Just remember that while it's good to be excited and have larger than life energy and emotions, that, you want to, be mindful of other people on your way. Okay. And I guess that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope either one or all of these readings gave you some insight into the situation that was on your mind. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can find me on Etsy at runeindigo.etsy.com. I look forward to working with you. And in the meantime, also I'm going to try to keep these videos coming. So we'll see ya. All right. Bye-bye.